Alright, already hard at it this morning. Got a few stumps popped out of the ground. We're back here at the future house pad. We've got all this area cleared out. Took that big tree down in the last episode. I've got some concern, especially about these pine trees. I think they're just way too close. They're 100-footers. I've got another big one over here. I think I'm going to have to take down a few of those. I just really hate those things looming kind of over what's going to be a future really nice house, hopefully. But I've seen tops come out of those. I've seen them just unroot and tip over. But mainly the big branches and stuff up there can just blow out, and the tops. So I'm going to fire up the Caterpillar, and we're going to get back into the woods a little bit further here. There's one area that's just kind of really overgrown, and I can't tell what's under there. I can't tell how steep it is. And then I'm going to go to grading the flat up here for the pad. I've measured it off, and it's not really out of level too bad, but some of the soil and some of the big holes where I've had to dig up some big stumps have settled down, so it's got some low spots in it. And it's also got just really what we call sugar sand on top of it here. So I'm going to try to get through some of that sugar sand, push it over actually to this low area, and then hopefully we can get down to something more clayish type of ground underneath of it here. Something we can put a good footer in. So, alright, that's going to be the episode. Welcome to Man Time.
Good boy.
I didn't expect to be on the traxcavator that long, but I mean, I might have been on there an hour's worth of time, and just cleaning up the backyard a little bit there, future backyard. Just got going and started going all the way through there. I've got now piles of, you know, brush and those everything that was piled up here. I left the camera in the same spot so you could get a time-lapse look there at what the caterpillar was doing. But I've got a few things to dig up here with now the backhoe, and yeah. Oh, one tip, if you're taking a piece of equipment like that, renting it or whatever, and going through and pulling down some of these vines and stuff like that, a lot of those leaves and vines and, you know, whatever is going to be falling down on the engine and being kind of sucked in. On that Caterpillar, it actually blows air out the front of it, so it's sucking in some of those leaves and stuff that were falling. Some of them got kind of piled up around the exhaust. I had to stop and saw some smoking coming out of the hood, and it was leaves starting a little fire under there. So just be careful. You know, pull out the debris as you're getting it kind of sucked into the machine. All right, backhoe time for a couple stumps here, and then chainsaw time. I've got that dead tree there, and then I think there's a big pine tree over here-ish somewhere. Oh, right there, that big pine tree. Yeah, we'll be cutting that one down. these stumps are just ridiculous. Yeah, these here, I don't know if they're oak or... I'm pretty sure they're oak. Because that one over there is a sweet gum tree, and it's just got, you know, those huge kind of runners coming off the side, and then one that goes pretty much straight down on it. But if you've ever driven down the road and there's always a pothole in one spot, and they fill it in and it keeps sinking down and breaking up and blowing out and becoming another hole, and that's because a big tree was once there, right? And somebody had to go through and dig up the stump, and maybe they didn't dig the stump up. That's another issue too. But this ground is going to be settling for years and years and years and years, and if you leave the stump in the ground, I mean, it's going to take generations, because it's just going to keep decomposing and settling, and that hole is just never ending. But yeah, these are crazy. I mean, that one over there was huge. That was a double stem tree at about eye line. It split and had two massive trunks on it, and I took that one out quite a while ago. And the thing with the sweet gum trees is they almost turn to like a balsa wood. It's just so fragile, you know, once it starts decaying. That one actually came out easier than this one here. And yeah, you can see here, this is going to be a red oak. Grab a chunk. Give me a chunk. Well, you can kind of see there, it was, it's a little red from the clay, but red oaks around here are pretty much the best tree. Shame that one had to come down. It was, I mean, it's right on the edge of where the house pad is, so. Alright, next, let's see here, chainsaw. Yes, chainsaws. I'm going to try to cut down a kind of medium-sized tree. I'm just going to use the Stihl 020 and kind of give you an idea of, you know, what a small chainsaw can really do. So, let's get after it. Alright, I don't know if you can see that too well, but the tree is really arced over kind of this way, and if I cut it the way that it wants to go, it's going to land right in another tree, which I'm probably going to cut down anyway, but I'm going to try to get it to fall kind of 90 degrees away from where it's pointing over there, which means my wedge is going to be right in the front here, pointing that way. So first thing is clear out everything around there. I'm going to be downside of it there, kind of underneath the way that it's bending when I come through on my back cut. So I want everything kind of down and around there cleared out. So let's do that, and then we'll see if we can take it down. It's a fairly good sized tree, but I've got a big bar on this little saw. It's only a 30 let's see here, 30 cc saw, little 20. And, yeah, see how it does. Yeah, you know what, after looking at it, I've changed my mind. I'm just going to let it kind of go the way that it wants to. Since it has that big arc in it, it's probably going to hit this big pine tree over here. But when it hits it, it's probably just going to go ahead and twist and fall down. So I'm going to put the wedge on the other side and then just let it go back there into the woods. Because this way I'm on the uphill side as I'm coming through on my back cut also. So. shoot. So trees like this are really where you want to use your wedges and your axe and do the, maybe less than a third coming in, so you've got room for a wedge and your bar on the back cut, because it could lean back on your saw. You've either got to have wedges and a way to keep it from sitting back on your saw. This is why a lot of guys will say, well, I need 2 saws in case I pinch my bar and can't get it out. If you know what you're doing and you do it right. Now, I'm just, to coin Wrangler Star's term, a professional homeowner. I am no professional, but if you do it right, follow some basic tips. I mean, it's kind of in the manual even, for like the Huskies and the Stihls, which you can get online. And I suggest you read. It's got a lot of good information in there, but this is a way that hopefully you don't pinch your bar. Now watch I say that and I'll go ahead and pinch my bar, but I'm going to try to get it to fall this way back into the woods. So I'll cut my wedge on the front and then come in until I can get a wedge started. You basically got to come in there enough to get your bar out of the way before you put the wedge in. So let's get it cleaned up and cut it down. Stihl 031 AV going on this one. Now with that wedge in there, I really don't have anything to worry about. The wedge is holding the back weight of the tree. I've got a nice inch and a half of holding wood. This makes it pretty easy though with that wedge in there. Really nothing to worry about, and the tree is big enough where I can still get my bar back in there. Yeah, I mean, you really want to keep your holding wood. And right now I'm down right around an inch, maybe a little bit less. Come on, baby. Yeah, she's just right there. Yeah, I think I'm going to need another wedge. Oh, might have it. There we go. All right. Well, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, kind of as planned there. I guess you have to, when you've got it just a straight stick like that, you get down to just a little bit of holding wood. I mean, and it was 3/4 inch maybe. But yeah, that's a case where you might have to stack up a few wedges. But next episode, we're going to be back out here in the woods cutting down some big trees. Big pine trees and things like that. So if you haven't already done, hit the thumbs up and subscribe for future videos out here in the woods with me. Get out there, have you some man time too.